Happy pumpkin spice latte season! Here's a question. Does Melania Trump really care? That is the question, or at least a question. What am I talking about, you ask? I'm talking about this. That's the jacket the First Lady wore back in May when she visited families separated at the border by her husband's immigration policies. The jacket set off literally 1,000 questions. Was she sending a message to her husband? Was she sending a message to the media? Was she sending a message to someone about something that we just couldn't figure out? Nope. Turns out she wasn't sending any message at all. At least according to her spokesman, Stephanie Grisham, who scolded journalists who asked about the jacket for trying to read too much into, well, just about everything. Quote, "It's a jacket," said Grisham. Quote, "There was no hidden message," end quote. So, case closed. Mystery solved. Nothing to see here, folks. Except, in an interview with ABC News that ran recently, Melania Trump herself totally and completely contradicted the idea that the jacket actually meant nothing at all. Asked by ABC why she wore the jacket, the First Lady explained that she did it, quote,
"It was for the people and for the left-wing media who are criticizing me, and I want to show them that I don't care."
What? That explanation was in keeping with how President Donald Trump explained things when asked about the jacket at the time. Quote, "I really don't care, do you?" written on the back of Melania's jacket refers to the fake news media, Trump tweeted. Quote, "Melania has learned how dishonest they are, and she truly no longer cares." So, here we are. Either Melania Trump's spokeswoman misheard or didn't ask the First Lady in the first place about why she wore the jacket, or Melania simply changed her story to fit the media is bad and they hate us narrative that her husband has been spouting since he first became a politician way back in June 2015. All of which brings me to the bigger question we all have about Melania Trump. What exactly is her deal? Is she an unwilling political spouse looking to avoid the spotlight at all costs? Or is she a woman entirely oblivious to both who she's married and the policies of his administration? Or what about if she's more like her husband than people realize, using a stylish leather glove rather than his preferred hammer to, as they say, own the libs? The short answer is I don't totally know, largely because Melania almost never speaks in public, much less speaks to journalists. So what do we know about her? It's just not much. She was born in what is now Slovenia. She became a model at age 16. She moved to the US, New York City specifically, in 1996 to model. She met Trump 2 years later at a party at the Kit Kat Club. Quote,
Well, he was very charming, and we had a great sparkle. He came with a date, so he asked me for the number, and I said, I will not give you my number. So if you give me your numbers, I will call you.
Melania told Barbara Walters about meeting her future husband way back when. Quote, so I see what kind of numbers he will give me, because I don't want to be one of the ladies. And he was known as kind of a ladies' man. End quote. 7 years later, the two married. It was her first marriage and his third. The two were regulars on the celebrity party circuit and in the New York City tabloids. And then Donald Trump decided to run for president in 2015, very much against the wishes of his wife. Quote, she said, we have such a great life. Why do you want to do this? Trump told the Washington Post back in April 2016. Quote, I said, I sort of have to do it. I think I really have to do it. I could do such a great job, end quote. Later, Trump said Melania told him, quote, I hope you don't do it, but if you run, you'll win. And she was right. He did win. All of which brings us to January 2017, when Trump was inaugurated as the nation's 45th president. Melania Trump became an internet phenomenon that day, and not exactly the good kind of phenomenon, when cameras captured her frowning behind her husband as he was sworn in as president. Hashtags like Save Melania and Sad Melania pinged all around Twitter. The following day, at the Women's March on Washington, there were signs reading, Free Melania, in the crowd. And not much until May, when Melania unveiled her long-promised and much-mocked Be Best campaign that was aimed at curbing cyberbullying, among other things. Quote,
I feel strongly that as adults, we can and should be best at educating our children about the importance of a healthy and balanced life.
Now, she didn't mention the fact that her husband, aka the president, consistently uses his Twitter feed to attack political opponents using disparaging language that attacks their looks, their intelligence, and whatever else he can think of. And then, finally, we got this ABC interview which Melania granted during an October trip to Africa. Aside from rewriting history on her "I really don't care, do you" jacket, Melania also dismissed whispers about her husband's past infidelity.
I'm a mother and a first lady, and I have much more important things to think about and to do.
So what exactly then is her focus? Is it the grammatically challenged Be Best campaign? Taking care of the couple's almost teenage son Baron? Supporting her husband in the world's most challenging job? Or is it something else? There's just a lot more questions than answers, which honestly is exactly the way Melania Trump likes it. And that is the point. We do this every week, twice. Make sure to check out new episodes of The Point every Tuesday and Thursday.